guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how the last trimester went. I am officially 14 weeks today, meaning I have hit the second trimester. I'm so excited. It's kind of a breath of fresh air knowing I've made it 14 weeks and haven't had any complications, and praying and hoping that we can make it, the rest of the way and not have any complications. But so far we're doing great. So I wanted to kind of fill everyone in and see how I'm doing, see how baby's doing. And I haven't revealed it to YouTube yet, but what the gender is and what the name is. So I took some notes on my iPad. You can't see it because it's light. But I just took some notes on my iPad because my last update was from week 6 to 7 and I'm 14 weeks now. So a lot has happened in that time. So I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So we're officially in the second trimester. I'm so excited. I am slowly starting to get some of my energy back. It's not quite how it used to be, but some days are great, some days aren't so great. But I'm starting to have more, the good days are starting to outweigh the bad days. Let's just say it that way. Like before, probably about between weeks 7 to 8 to about 10 to 11, between that time frame, there would be times that the only thing I accomplished that week was taking a shower, and washing my hair, which, girls, it's a chore to wash your hair. But now I don't want to say I have better hygiene, but it's not as hard for me to take a shower. It doesn't take as much energy, because during that time frame, if I took a shower, I had to sit down for 30 minutes because I was just completely worn out. But now I can do a little bit more. I'm not getting worn out as fast. So I am definitely noticing a huge change in that. My nausea has gone down a whole lot. I'm not near as nauseous as I was. There are some days that I am nauseous, but it's usually if I've waited too long to eat. But then I can still eat, and it's not like I can't eat, and it starts that cycle. So that is great progress. I have noticed I do get car sick sometimes. That's mainly like if I'm on my phone in the car, I get car sick. Especially when we went to Colorado around week 9. That was rough coming home. We ended up having to stay somewhere about halfway because I couldn't make it all the way home. Right now it probably just comes about 1 to 2 times a week, and that's it. So it's really improved so much. Except nausea's gone, but heartburn has come. Before I got pregnant, I started getting some heartburn, and it wasn't too bad. Like, I could usually not take medicine and it'd be fine. But now it's so bad. And it usually hits me at night. Like, when I start to lay down for bed, it hits, and it's just... I had a hair in my mouth. Usually when the heartburn hits, it hits hard, and I have to take something right away. I was using the Alka-Seltzer chewable tabs, but I kind of ran out of those, and so I just switched to the Tums. I think the Tums actually work a little bit faster. It's still the chewable, so it's not like that gritty, chalky taste, but it kind of tastes like candy. They just taste like fruit, different kinds of fruit and candy, and it has a good texture to it, so it's not gross, and it doesn't make me nauseous. But I do have to take that as soon as I feel the heartburn hitting, and even sometimes I have to take some a little bit later. But there's only been 2 nights that were so bad I couldn't get anything to work. But then I ended up falling asleep. So that has helped. Ella's sitting right over there. She's just staring at me. But that has helped a whole lot. Like I said, some days are worse than others. But it's not that it's every day either. I can tell, if something's super greasy or super fatty, it's going to give me a heartburn. We ate pizza about 3 weeks ago, and literally after 1 bite of pizza, I had heartburn, but I still ate all of it. Anthony made really greasy burgers not too long ago with bacon and, the works, lots of cheese and bacon and grease. I mean, it's so good. I ate about 3 bites, and the heartburn was so bad I couldn't eat the rest of my dinner. You know, I couldn't eat the burger, I couldn't eat the french fries, and that has only happened a few times. It hasn't been that bad in that aspect, but even at that point, you know, once my medicine was able to calm everything down, I ate something super light later on. So my hips have been in a lot of pain. My hips probably started about week 6 to week 7. I don't remember if I had mentioned that before. But it just, at first it just felt like they were spreading, and now it's more of a sciatic nerve issue. I do have scoliosis, so I think from the way that like my spine curves and the way my hips are and the way the baby's sitting, and I know baby's super tiny, but just the way that everything's already shifting, it is starting to bother me a lot. I have gone to the chiropractor twice, but it didn't really do a whole lot. The chiropractor I went to does gentle chiropractic care, I guess you could say. And she uses like some little wand thing. I don't know. And like, it just does this into wherever she's doing it. And I mean, it felt good at the moment, but nothing popped. I didn't feel like anything moved. It's kind of like she just took the pressure away temporarily, and then the next day it was back. Or, you know, within a few days it was back. And she wanted me to come every week. And even though my insurance does cover part of that, that was still $20 a week. So I'm just kind of holding off on that. If it gets super bad to where I need some more help, I'll go back. But that's the only one in my area that takes my insurance. So, but right now I'm just kind of cruising on. And I do notice if I sleep with my pregnancy pillow between my legs, it takes a lot of the pressure off my hips. And I'll usually do some heat on during the day. Like if I'm driving, I'll put some heat on it. And then at night, I will try to put some, like an ice pack on whatever side is hurting. And that has been helping quite a bit also. It hasn't got to the point where I've ordered a belly band support. I will be ordering one probably within the next 10 weeks is kind of what I'm thinking. Probably before 20 weeks, especially with the way that I'm already going. And that way it will help my back, especially with all my back issues I already have. As soon as my belly starts expanding even more, I'm gonna need some support. Trying to see so I don't miss anything. My back really only bothers me if I'm standing up for long periods of time, so that's really good. A few weeks ago, we went to a Christmas party, and I stood up for several hours, and I was in pain that night and the next day. But other than that, you know, if I wouldn't have stood up that long, I think I would have been fine. So as long as I'm not just standing up 24/7, I'm good. I do try to sit down as much as I can. I mean, I'll stand up, but I try to sit down so I'm not killing myself in the process. I have noticed that I do have restless legs. And I didn't really realize it because I usually sleep with a weighted blanket, but one of my dogs chewed a hole in the blanket, so I had to go a little bit without it until I could get that fixed. And I noticed when I wasn't using it, I had really bad restless legs. And I don't have it a whole lot if I'm sitting on the couch, because when I sit on the couch, I prop my feet up, and so my feet are above my heart, and so I think that's what helps. But when I lay down at night, if I don't use my weighted blanket, at least on my lower half, then I have really bad restless leg syndrome. And so I just try to use the blanket. I like it. It helps with anxiety. It's like you're sleeping in a hug. It's so comfortable. I really don't have any more food aversions. I know before I had told you guys I couldn't really eat eggs. I couldn't eat taco casa. But now, like, I'm fine with eggs. Eggs don't bother me. Taco casa is kind of iffy. I have had their nachos, and that's about it. But the nachos do have, like, beans and cheese and meat, you know, and all that on it. But, so that's progress. I do try to drink water. I am struggling with drinking water. I have a little water bottle right here, and I think this is honestly my first bottle of the day, and it's almost 4 o'clock. So I do struggle a lot with drinking water. I have some Propel packets that make my water flavored and also give me extra electrolytes. So I try to do that at least once a day, if not every other day, because I know I am back down on water. There was one day about 2 weeks ago, so about 12 weeks. No, this was last week. So yeah, 12 weeks. 2 weeks ago, the week before Christmas. And I guess I hadn't been drinking much water like days leading up to this, and this day I could not get out of bed. I went to go take a shower and I had to lay down afterwards. I felt like I was going to pass out. I went to go fill up the dog's food bowl. I felt like I was going to pass out. Just any kind of movement, I felt like I was going to pass out. So I started chugging water with those added electrolytes, and then within a couple hours of that getting in my system, I felt so much better. Didn't really want to go to the hospital, so I tried to fix it myself, and it was fine. Let's see. I was taking the Flintstones vitamins. I was taking 2 of those a day because I could not take any prenatal. I had tried several, and all of them made me nauseous. Not to the point that I would throw up, but they would make me so nauseous that I couldn't eat anything, which would end up making me dry heave and, start that cycle. But I am almost out of my Flintstones, or I was almost out. I'm out now. And so when we were at Target the other day, I picked up some of the Ollie prenatals because those were the only vitamins I could take pre-pregnancy that never made me sick. And pretty much all vitamins have always made me sick. And so I picked up some of those, and I've been using those. I don't know if you can tell, I still get out of breath really easy. Like, I'm struggling right now to talk. Plus, I'm recording upstairs, and I walked up the stairs and sat down and started to record, and so I'm still out of breath from that. It's ridiculous. Sometimes I'll get up out of bed, go to the bathroom, and come back and be like, and Anthony's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I'm fine. But, and I know that's only going to get worse, but it's because there's extra blood flow in my body, and so my body and my organs are all trying to adjust to that. Some of the other vitamins that I do take is I take a fiber gummy. I take 2 of the gummies. I don't remember the brand that they are. Something I found at Walmart. And then I take Colace as needed. I really don't take that much anymore. I've noticed I'm not as bloated. If I remember to take the gummies, the fiber gummies, then I'm more regular. But if I don't, then that's whenever I need to take the Colace. But the probiotic I had, was making me gag because it was like a chalky, you had to chew it and swallow it, and the flavor was so gross I couldn't do it. So whenever I finish the fiber gummies, I'm probably going to get the Ollie probiotic, and so hopefully that will help too. But I'm also not as bloated as I was. Food doesn't make me as sick as I was, a sick to my stomach. So we are making some great progress here. I also haven't been working out that much. Before I got pregnant, I told myself that I was going to work out regularly because I want to have a healthy pregnancy, and I know it's going to help when I deliver. But because my energy has been so low, like I had said, I couldn't work out. There were some times I would go and I would just walk, and that was a big workout for me. So now that I'm starting to get my energy back, I'm hoping I can start working out again, and that way, because I know that helps my hips and that helps my back, and that's going to help my breathing too. So I know I can't do what I used to do, like the stamina I used to have. So I'm just going to listen to my body and go from there. I'm most likely just going to be doing some running and walking, and we have a treadmill, so incline walking and things like that. Some low impact activities. I have noticed too, over the last few weeks, I have been more emotional than ever. I cry at the drop of a hat. Somebody says something mean to me, well, not mean, but not nice or whatever, and it makes me want to cry. And then I noticed once I hit about 11, 12 weeks, I started getting angry. The littlest things would set me off. My husband would do something, and I would just want to go beat his head into the wall. So I would just not say anything and hang out by myself. And then probably the last week and a half, I blow up. Like, Anthony had some friends over, and I was trying to go to sleep because I had to go to work the next day, and they were not being loud. I mean, they were being fine. And then the dog started barking, and I stormed out of the bedroom. Of course, I had to pee. Stormed out of the bedroom, screamed at the dogs. I guess I had slammed the bedroom door shut, and Anthony told me the next day that they could hear it. Like, they felt the vibration all throughout the house. I don't know. I don't know what it was. We just don't talk about that anymore. But I just know that my temper is, I have no tolerance. None at all. Let's see. I'm saving the gender for very last, if you can't tell. So, some of the must-haves is still my pregnancy pillow. I sleep with it every night. It's the same one that I had in the last video. And I'll link that down below for you guys. And then, my weighted blanket, I got that on Amazon also. I don't remember exactly how much it was. I want to say somewhere around $70 to $80, and it's amazing. Hands down, one of the best things that I had bought in addition to the weighted blanket, or in addition to the pregnancy pillow. And then my Propel water mixers. I just get the little sleeves of it, they're like this big. And then I can just mix it in with the regular bottle of water, because I don't want to just buy the Propel and have to carry those around and water. This way I can just carry water. If I want something extra, I can just dump it into my water and it's fine. So, let me make sure. Okay. So here is what everybody's been waiting for. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you already know. But we found out through DNA testing, through the blood test, around, I believe we got the test back at 11 weeks. I took it at 10 weeks, and it took about a week to come back, that we're having a girl. I'm so excited. I've always wanted a little girl. I've always wanted a little mini me. Yes, I'm scared to death because I know how I am, and having that in a small person scares the crap out of me. But I'm so excited. Her name is Marley Ann. And I think it's taken Anthony a little bit to get used to the idea of having a girl, but he's getting there. I think he's getting more and more excited, and I think it'll really hit him whenever she's here. But I know he was really wanting a boy. But, I mean, girls. Everybody loves them. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I am sorry I did not do as many updates as I had planned on doing. There's some kind of flying bug up here. I am sorry I did not do as many updates as I had planned on. There's no tired like pregnancy tired. And I never really believed that until I got pregnant, and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, this is ridiculous. But I'm hoping that I can start giving... I thought the bug was behind me. I really hope I can start giving more regular updates for you guys. I know that was only 2 for the first trimester. I tried to cover as much as I could, but I mean, if nothing really changes between a few weeks, I may not give an update at that point until things start progressing and changing. So, I'm going to give you guys a bump update, but I don't know if you can see it with what I'm wearing right now, because I am wearing all black. So I'm going to insert a few pictures from the last few days. Some of them were from Christmas, so it was about 3 to 4 days ago, and then one was from last night, so that you can kind of see how my bump is doing and how it's growing. So I would right now, but you wouldn't really be able to see anything. Well, we could try. Hold on. I guess because the chair's behind me, you could see. This actually looks bigger. So, this is it. This is her, Little Miss Marley. And it's pretty solid. Like, I can't I can't suck in. It doesn't go anywhere. This is the other side. Like she's there. So I'll still insert the pictures in case you guys want to see them. Some days I look bigger than others. Some days she looks lower or higher than others. So it just kind of depends. But we're excited for her to be here. But I want her to be healthy. The first part of our DNA genetic testing did come back that she's healthy. We have no problems. She has strong heartbeats. So that's kind of where we're at. I don't really have anything else to add. If you have any questions, any comments, or anything like that, leave them down below. And I will try to answer as many as I can. And then I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.